Well, great to have you back. Eskom is being exempted from reporting on irregular and wasteful expenditure for 3 years. Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana has gazetted the changed rules, but now AfriForum is bringing a review application to stop the move. So let's discuss this now with AfriForum's local government affairs manager, Morne Mostert, joins me now this morning to take this conversation forward. And Morne, thank you for your time and good morning to you. I suppose AfriForum's reaction, first and foremost, to this decision by the Finance Minister to exempt Eskom.
Yeah, it's extremely it's an extreme situation that we are in South Africa, that rather than actually complying with the PFMA or the rule set that needs to ensure that public entities are being managed efficiently, are being managed, and that there are proper channels to to report on fruitless and wasteful and irregular expenditure, that other tricks must be tried to cover up a lot of the misconduct that is currently at Eskom. So it's a very extreme situation that we are in, and I think a lot of people doesn't know that the PFMA was born out of the constitutional mandate of ensuring that state entities are being managed well, and the PFMA actually just helps on this constitutional mandates within section 217 of the Constitution and 295, and basically in the start of the Constitution as well. So it's a very bizarre situation that we are in, and we, AfriForum, would rather hope that Eskom spends the time to actually just be to limit their fruitless and wasteful expenditure, rather than the Minister of Finance is giving them, try to give them this easy way out.
Yeah, Morne, are you convinced at all by some of the reasons provided for by the National Treasury for this decision being taken? One of them being that it will assist Eskom with debt relief, it will assist in terms of future transactions. It's also nothing new. They said Transnet was exempted before, so this seems to be some sort of normal practice as far as National Treasury is concerned in special and unique cases as this. But are you convinced of that reasoning as AfriForum?
We are not convinced, and I think it is maybe they think it's a practice that should be implemented. We think what actually should be implemented is just better performance by Eskom, and I think the results. This is now, they are mandated to do this because of the bad performance, but we as South Africans every day has already lived the performance of Eskom each day, with the load shedding has been, a practice that has been crippling the economy for let's say since 2008. So we are sitting in this situation where Eskom is having a malperformance, and on the other hand of the coin, their performance has had an adverse effect on the electricity price, keeps going, keeps extending, exceeding 15%. I think the last one was 18%, and the following year it's going to be 12%. So the electricity tariffs keep on increasing, but the physical management performance of Eskom is declining. So we're seeing that there should rather be time and effort be put in to better the reporting system, to better the supply chain management. And I think the supply chain management is one of the key problems that Eskom is having, where the contract management aren't being done properly, and this is where a large amount of the fruitless and wasteful expenditure comes from. Each time in their financial statements, it's made clear that the supply chain management within Eskom is not being adhered to, and this is where a large part of the corruption comes into Eskom. So once again, what AfriForum is calling, and the reason for us going to court is to say, let's start focus rather on the performance of Eskom, and this decision made by the minister should be reverted, and there should rather be consequences for the people in Eskom that is malperforming, and not trying to use tricks to actually just better the situation.
What precedents do you think this will set in terms of accountability and financial management at Eskom? Should this effort by the Minister of Finance, Enoch Godongwana, go ahead?
Well, I think at first instance, the most important part is for people to know that there isn't this trap card that they can use at the end for them to, for their financial statements to appear better than it better than it could be. Maybe the previous one that they tried us went through, but given the state of Eskom now and the reliance of South Africans for Eskom to actually better the situation for South Africa and maybe have a situation where the economy could start up again. The consequences of that now is going to be a real factor coming in, not only with the Eskom board, but let's say the new Minister of Electricity, the various ministers that need to, like Pravin Gordhan and the various ministries must come together to ensure accountability with that state. While they had this trap card to say they can maybe make the financial statements appear better, the truth is now going to hit them hard, while they must ensure that they actually better their performance rather than trying to fixing the financial statements.
And my last question to you, Morne, what's the role that independent organizations can play here to assist with the situation improving at Eskom, do you think?
Yeah, I think there is a very important role from civil society, not only to take part in these types of processes or even taking these types of decisions to court, but, these types of actions taken by the minister also has an adverse effect on the electricity tariff, as I said before. But NERSA should play a key role in ensuring the performance of Eskom. And we believe they're not achieving that, or they're not playing their part to ensure that the electricity industry within South Africa is sound. And so I think there are a lot of processes through NERSA that we can actually help enforce some of the license conditions that are applicable to Eskom. So I think that is one mechanism. And I think further mechanisms is to see how we can decentralize the electricity industry, to see how we can add generation capacity within South Africa, so communities can actually survive under this regime. So if we can have the projects going to ensure that smaller communities can have this generation capacity to add to the generational grid. I think that is a role that business, that agriculture, farmers can use to actually soften the blow that Eskom is making on each South African every day.
We'll leave it there, and I appreciate you speaking to me about this morning. Morne Mostert, thank you for joining us.